Welcome back to the show, Everything Black. I am your host with the most, Lord P, aka Lord Paul. So the topic that I wanted to discuss today is a very important one, and I was gonna put up a bunch of clips to prove my point, but I didn't want to do all that, and that's gonna be holding me back from making a bunch of videos. So I'm gonna just do more talking, cause it just starts with my point of view anyway, right? So maybe as we grow, we'll get a little bit more professional when them dollars start rolling in. You know what I mean? So anyway, black on black crime nobody is talking about. What is the real problem with the black community? What is really holding back the black community, and why is it taking so long for us to really progress? Now you see, you get it in the Matrix. You see a lot. You see successful black people, but you don't see. Understand, the only people who don't think about, or the only people who don't think about themselves as a whole, and I'm talking about America, is black people. Also, the people outside of black people don't even really look at them as a whole when they say, you guys are successful. You know what I'm saying? They see some basketball players, they see some rappers. Now, the funny part is, in the Matrix, you see a black president, a black vice president. But as a people, we're doing terrible. So there is no progress. And maybe you people don't think like this, but if you don't care about your people, then you're probably I can even say a coward. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you not care about your people? Like, if we got one person successful and 50 people starving, that's not progress. You know what I'm saying? But when you have majority of white people and having 80% of the wealth in America, that's progress. So it's not just black people who don't look at ourselves like that. The rest of our counterparts don't look at us like that. So we putting too much pressure on us. And that's the Matrix. And it's easy for us to perceive it like that because of these people on the screen. The real problem in the black community. So if you listen to like people like you know what I'm saying, the Muslims or whatever, they tell you the real soldiers of the black community are the Crips and the Bloods. It's not the rappers, the actors, the politicians, because they're in power to help keep us down. They are the real embarrassment. They've been pushing this persona like, oh, it's the Negroes in the hood. It's a fact that if the hood had better conditions, it wouldn't be that much crime in the hood. You know what I'm saying? The real problem is when somebody who's young transitions from being a boy to a man and wants to leave that bullshit behind, he gets in the workforce and realizes his color skin presents a roadblock. That's the real problem. And that's what they represent. That roadblock. The hatred of their own kind, just like the enemy. They are the real problem. It's not the Negroes in the hood selling the dope. It's these motherfuckers, because that's just a small percentage. They influence the masses. You know what I'm saying? When Obama came in there, he was elected to help black people. America, the matrix that everybody's talking about, is controlled by white supremacy. Newsflash. You know what I'm saying? It's white supremacy that got you all jabs. It's white supremacy that got these banks stealing your money. It's white supremacy that got Wells Fargo stealing millions from you, but making sure your local police focus on a local drug dealer. That's white supremacy. That's the matrix. That's what these families all across the world operate under and can help control the world under. So understand, we're knowing how hard it is going to get us as a people, black people, to change our mindset. But the matrix don't got us understanding how hard it is for our counterparts to change their mindset for us to even come together, because there is no, you know, maybe there is, but there's no real push to get that understanding for us to even come together. Because as far as now, every white American love the police, whether they're killing unarmed black men or not. They love them. They support them cold-heartedly. They didn't have a problem when the January insurrection happened and cops died. They didn't have a problem then, but they support them cold-heartedly. So you got to think about, why is that? Because I know you don't believe in secret societies, but there is a part of society in America where they know it's part of art. It's not the government that's telling these stores to follow you around the store. It's not the government telling Bank of America to charge every black person higher interest on their credit cards and their loans. It's newsflash, it's not the government. It's your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? It's your son's best friend's parents that's keeping racism alive. Controlled by the matrix, but they have their own society where they in your face like, oh, hi, oh, I hope you're doing well. But since they have the power, like, now a grown man touches a child, slams a child, a girl, a little girl. We have police officers slamming little girls. What type of man can look himself in the face and not see a straight coward? 91% of the police force in America, ladies and gentlemen. The fall of the black community was integration. After the so-called, we need to come together, they didn't like how black people had their own towns, had their own businesses, their own bus companies, their own stores. See, back then, we knew who the savages was. We knew that they can come in here with fucking, you know what I'm saying, sticks of fire and swords and whatever, and burn our town down with their kids watching. We knew who the savages was. But the matrix, ladies and gentlemen, switched on us. But you don't just snap, you don't just turn off that evilness. So you have your Karens, you have white supremacy empowering these cowards. And the people like us coming in just like the black church, taught by the man that keep us calm down and pray for better days in a time of chaos. This chaos never disappeared, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the matrix. And a lot of these counterparts that are saying, oh yeah, we're in the matrix, they don't realize white supremacy is in full control of this matrix. They probably understand it, but they can't talk about it like I can talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. But understand the enemy was never here to help us. The real threat to the black community It's these people, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to get too far in it. I really got to go to work anyway. I think I'm losing in my trade anyway. So, yeah, so understand. Also understand that these people probably experience more racism than we do. They just hate the black person, the black man that much. They hate the color of skin that much. It's not an illusion, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that they just don't understand. They are completely tricking you. They know what they're doing is wrong and they're smiling in your face. This is the real threat to the black community, not the white people. Even when they're trying to help us, they know it's really meant for our destruction. Look, it's their fault that hip hop is causing destruction in our youth when they came in and corporatized it. But guess what? They had to come to somebody looking like that first to gain our trust. So that is the true enemy of the black community. They are the reason why we're not able to evolve. All right, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.